Last session, you wrapped the Forge Ark with equal parts caution and audacity. Alaric took one last pass over the furnace that birthed the circlet and realized the magic hinged on the cooling. Quenching new work in the lightly electrified ore water was essential. He then erased Vermossi's inscription from the circlet, polishing away a future accusation. With the phase line anchored to drop straight into the main shaft, you staged your exit. Demosthenes tried to ghost the walls through the electrified tunnel and got hammered by clinging shocks. Seleucus steadied a continual breath of lightning to equalize the charge and give the rest of you a path. Calder sent a duplicate to a safe patch and swapped in. Orion flew Sammy across. On the far side, hope is the only thing stronger than fear, Calder intoned, and Demosthenes' scorched nerves eased. The Bullet fields told their own story. 3 landsharks reduced to black husks, likely by the Voltgeists you had freed when you toppled the control. A hard landing from above drew no tremors, so you moved, eyes up. 7 wyverns clung to posts, and their master, Grigmir, a 20-foot stone giant, tossed meat and accepted your trophy, the Vahir's horn. It ate me, Calder confessed, and Grigmir's rumble turned to a chuckle. He promised his brood would leave you be, handed over a softball-sized diamond as a fee for the warning he asked you to carry down, and pointed out the quickest road. May a rock always be at your side, he said, and you took to it. Fog and lamps revealed Zarzith Kittrell tiered along the Drumoth ravine, bridges drifting on broomstone and gondolas towing spans to match the rush. At the outpost, Lulu, a bright yellow-scaled warden of the ravine, sparked a hammered pass and engraved dragon gaslighters, warning that Seleucus's lineage would draw looks. His sister Dallas would be a friend. Inside the roots you marked myriad signs and went directly to the Hall of Scars. Walls carved with names. A floating meeting floor, split by a literal gouge. Zamora, the black-scaled steward, rang down the council and booked you for morning, then clasped a hollowed dragon tooth inscribed with scars on Seleucus's wrist, a formal sign that the first Draken blood of the split line was their guest. She sent you to the molten flagon with 2 tooth tokens for rooms and pointed out the clawed streets for food and the pricey floating table. The flagon was young blood and warm stone. Ash brew seethed over hot rocks. Platforms rose on hundreds of broomstone splinters, and a fight ring with a safety net settled arguments from the philosophy deck above. Loser lives the winner's argument for a week. Thorak poured and sketched the political fault line. Isolationist Ash Keepers versus ambitious Dawn Scales. Orion slapped a stolen draconian red gem on the bar and thundered drinks for the house. Yorvak the miner thumped his drum hand and cursed a sealed mithril vein and the fear of Koval, while you warned the room away from Grigmir's wyvern grounds. Sammy ate the nearly spoiled. Demosthenes tuned a lute and played your song, and Orion tilted off his stool into the steam-warmed night. You bedded down with a city watching and a council waiting at first light.
Indeed. Got a few things interesting there. I didn't get a chance to look at it as carefully this week. I'm sorry.
All good. I was amused last week and I'm amused this week.
Incidentally, if you're interested in it getting you more correct, if you want to say your character's name versus I, that does help it a little bit. Games that do that a little bit more, as Demosthenes goes over here, or someone says called or da 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 da, it gets it a little bit
Can
But
I say the State Bush Marshmallow Man wandered over to the corner?
I mean, you could. But so, as you look now, excuse me.
Don't die.
I know I am dead. Please.
Same, no dying.
So go ahead, take your long rest. You wake up as safe away in your rooms. You find that the bar had gone quite past your own bedtimes, as you had passed out from all the drink, and you just hear some murmurings of as you are making your way back down to the bar area of the bartender paying for several transports home for people and looking down at their little red crystal button going, nah, it's still worth it. And in addition, you do see up on some of the pillars, there are a few people who are waking up, realizing they had fell asleep in the bar itself. Throw a few gold coins at the bartender as they run out and try to quickly get to work as you hear work bells move and the way too loud city beats against your throbbing hangover migraines as you kind of sleepily look and find your bearings.
Barkeeper, what time is it? It's got to be something past dawn, right?
Kind of looks, goes, it's about 10 a.m. But most of these people don't start till 11 anyway. They'll be going.
And you know our business hours, right? We're not going to be awkwardly late for an appointment, right? It's not like past noon or something where I'd feel badly about leaving people hanging.
He kind of laughs. We don't care so much about times like that, I'd say.
I mean,
tomorrow's tomorrow, the day's the day.
Right, and it's not that time is that obvious if you're in a city full of fog, right? It's going to be a little sort of you guess and you check, and maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong.
It's true. I found myself in Nicodranus once, and they very much cared about being on time.
Yeah, the places with the big like city watchtower that like rings every half hour or quarter hour or worse every fucking 5 minutes. Like it's a little tough to live that way, honestly.
Here it's like I couldn't understand it. It's like, how can you know you're going to be on time when you leave your place? You might see someone you know, and then you have to talk to them, and then they might see someone they know, right? And you might have to help them with something heavy, and they might then they could see someone and they need two people to help them with something heavy, and then that takes you 2 hours. As long as the sun doesn't set, you're not late.
Right. And then candles and the markings on them are sort of artificial, really. Like it depends on the wind blowing and if it's too hot or too cold or something, but like they don't burn at the same rate exactly.
Especially if you snuff it out and relight it later.
Laura, close your mouth. It's really not that serious. People being late. Like I know you had like classes and whatnot, and there was a schedule, but
no, that's not. I was going to say that sunset and sunrise are relative in a city built in a canyon.
Right. So fundamentally, if the light is still visible above you between the mountains, is it sunset yet or not? Even if you're in full shadow, I think it's more of a philosophical argument. But like at the top of the mountain, it's going to be a different dawn and dusk than in the valley, right?
But also,
how long is the day?
Because that's just
exactly. We don't do much outside trade, so mostly everything in here works pretty well. And he kind of looks and goes, I mean, we told you last night. It's been rougher since we've had more ambitions, but I guess that's one thing I see where the old timers are coming from. we start getting too much outside influence, we'll start having to be on time.
Right. Next thing you know, there's a clock tower. It'd be terrible.
Exactly. It tells us you drank too much last night. Who needs that?
I mean, your primary entertainment is yourselves and dwarves, right? And they never wake up on time. So, like, so far, culturally, you're pretty much in the sleeping in category.
And glad of it.
What time was our meeting? Well, when were we supposed to go
Morning.
have that meeting?
Morning.
Because time apparently
tomorrow
is
morning.
relative here.
It was
Not
literally
tomorrow
tomorrow
morning. No.
Well, yesterday it was
today.
tomorrow morning. Now it's today morning.
Let's not
We're
be a
not
day
wrong.
late, because he did say that if the sun set, you were late at that point.
Oh, that reminds me. What are we going to do with the little talons? We're going to be here more than one day, do you think? 2 nights, maybe, or less?
I think we hold them until we need to come back and get another room.
Yes. They
Yeah.
have some monetary value. Never mind.
Does
I don't-
anybody else want breakfast?
Yes, I think after last night, feeding you is probably a priority, most likely.
Well, we don't serve food here, but you can find it outside pretty readily.
I smell something good out there already.
Your nose can't possibly be that good that you can smell it.
That to be true, honestly, it's all stuffed up. I just know there's gonna be something good out there.
Would you like us to maybe buy it for you and then bring it back to you?
No, he's got to come to the meeting anyways. We can
Yeah.
grab
No,
food
there's-
and then go to the meeting.
I mean, if there's like a long line for food, for breakfast, for example.
His
Well,
legs work.
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind. You do you.
Don't coddle him. This is his fault.
He's obviously hurting at this point. Have some empathy, man.
Look, when you're on the ship and you do this to yourself, you still got to get the job done.
Well, yeah, no argument.
Nobody else is doing your job for you.
No argument, right?
Isn't he a cleric with lesser restoration?
Does anyone else's hands have black stuff on it? Or is this just me? It's so weird.
I don't know.
Here,
What?
and
Really? You're gonna clean up for him? Really? That's what's gonna do?
just his hands. Cispula.
Oh, all right. Thanks. It's just weird, you know? I've been like
Indeed.
sweating all night, and then it's just like, just this morning, it's like everything is. I just my hands just got cut. I must have like touched like an inkwell or something last night.
Did you wake up a little thirsty, perhaps? Like needing some water, perhaps? Or so, like maybe with a little bit of a ring in your head, like you were inside of a bell during it? Never mind.
Yeah,
I
my
don't know
room
what
didn't have a
Selig has
mirror
actually drew on my
either.
face either.
All right. So, shall we hop outside and find ourselves something to break fast on, perhaps,
On the way.
on the way?
Let's grab it on the way.
Let's also grab Celicus somewhere around here. Always a little bit late. That explains it.
So yeah, I think we go shopping or hunting for some local cuisine at brunch time.
Maybe we just go to a cart and not grab the rats that they were talking about yesterday in the supposed alleyways.
Mm.
Well, that's what we'll find at the carts on a stick.
Right. Not this. What's the delicacy called? Straight tacos? I forget something like that.
always
Anything
like
that
chicken.
smells good usually tastes good, with the exception of prostitutes.
It's like when you get chicken
Mm.
on a stick. You know, they just put a piece of chicken, jam it on a stick, and then they cook it for you.
Oh, we're back to my iguana conversation from last night, by the way.
Yeah. I might have missed that.
Yeah, they get called chicken of the trees because it tastes. Never mind.
Oh.
It's a really bad thing to say here, actually.
Just don't start referring to them as chickens of the valley.
Do that. Probably me.
All right, so you can describe for me what type of food you feel like you find, and maybe the type of place or people who might sell it to you.
I find what it's basically like a pastry, but inside of it, it's like some sort of meat and veggie roll. So it's supposed to be kind of like a breakfast, like stuffed breakfast croissant.
Empanada.
thing. Yeah, like an empanada.
That's what I was going to describe.
So,
also.
I'm all in on that, and I feel like it's definitely like it is one of those little carts.
I was going
where
to
you're
call it
like-
a hand pie.
There we go.
A pinata. Let's go.
Demosthenes, out of pure curiosity, will actually peek at the stalls and see if there are like fresh fruits or vegetables. Less because he's hungry and more because he wants to know what's their access look like to like fresh crops.
Surprisingly, there is a great deal of fresh fruit and vegetables available. Some of it looks, I would say, a little different. As you realize, they're all kind of like shade crops.
But not like drow mushroom based economy, right? Like
Yeah, like
some
because
mix.
it's still light. So, but it's just not the direct sun, full sun that some things require. But it's not like underneath drow food or anything like that.
Cool. I will steal some fruit then.
Looks more
Or by
like
steal, I mean pay
adapted.
for, not actually.
Yeah.
Let me frame that differently because rogue, but like I'll actually throw some copper their way.
This is the closest Alaric has been to the Lucidian Ocean, so I'm kind of curious what seafare they have.
So I'd say I think from where they are, there's not like cavalry, and they would probably have so they have a little bit, but let's say several like the most you find is like beer battered knucklehead trout.
Just gonna take what we can get and try it out.
To be clear, that's lake fish, right?
That sounds so good because I'm fasting right now.
Until when? Tuesday?
Not till Tuesday. Till breakfast tomorrow.
Ah, you and your diets.
Indeed, let me actually quickly get my bearings here. Okay, so, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so the majority of what they're doing, yeah, so there is like some semblance. It's like kind of a big, because they have to trek through the mountains to get to the inlet of the sea that they have access to.
Oh, okay.
So it's not as moving. And you start to, I think, even as you pick it up, you get that they don't let their broomstone vehicles leave the city.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's interesting. I'm kind of curious if we see any, like, what outside influence do we see? Do we see any vendors that are hawking things that we know come from other cities, or is there like, come taste the finest wares, like treats from Nicodranus or anything from the coast?
I would say them. What you're able to mostly find is, I would say, is Concord minted coinage.
Hmm.
from the Clovis Concord. And besides that, like you see a few like things like fashion that's made its way in, mostly worn by the younger folk, if worn at all, but not too much other goods. You get like mostly things that have maybe been exported, rather than bought from abroad. And you still see some people trading goods, but like there's this kind of half coin, half barter system still going on.
Gotcha. So,
And then I would say the most you'd find is in some of the weapon stores. There's so weapon and armor and clothes, I think, are the biggest import things where you can see the coastal influence.
gotcha.
Mostly, you think, because so much of the other goods are kind of made very specifically with like from dragon, like the physiology one would have if you descended of your dragonborn. So it's like that just hasn't quite done it.
Yeah. There's no boots. No one sells boots or shoes anywhere.
Out of curiosity, the Concord coins, are they old marquees or new marquees? Whose face is on them?
You see both.
Okay. So live active trade. This is from a long time ago. This is also recent.
Yeah, and in fact, some coins show there's a commemorative. There's certain coins that bear an image of the island of Rumbo.
Robocast?
Nope, Darktoe is what I meant to say.
Oh,
Interesting.
Kind of our like a small fleet of just kind of our fleeted allies. Let me say.
Man, Luke, you got me all excited. That's where Keldrum was prophesied to retire to.
I like to think that as we're going, I'll find Jarvik, the guy from the Dragonborn from last night, and I know he's hurting, and I'm gonna give him a one of the little empanada roll things I bought.
Yeah, you find him. He's what looks like sleeping on a small bench. He's kind of, hey, oh,
Buddy,
oh, you are amazing. I had lost all my food sometime last night in someone's doorstep, I think.
Well, get some rest, and maybe we'll see you later tonight if we're back at the bar.
You buying again?
Absolutely.
What?
You drinking again?
Heck yes.
They don't learn, do they?
we're gonna have to find a way to make some coin today.
Some coin?
Jarvik. Hey, buddy, I got a real quick question for you. Can you do something for us?
Might be able to. What you need?
Just, if anyone comes asking about us, can you just let us know?
All right. Yeah. If I hear any whispers, questions, inquiries, kind of hit you on the side. I gotcha.
Thank you.
I'll say nothing except to you.
I appreciate it. And then I'll just slide a gold under him, too. Just appreciate your help, buddy.
So does Jorvac have any tattoos by chance?
Not that anything that's visible.
Nothing marked. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
As we start walking, I'll just be like, doesn't hurt to have someone keep an eye out for us.
I don't disagree. I just think after the ruckus we made last night, half the town probably has an opinion at this point. So
No, I know.
Some of them
but you-
may even show up tonight as sort of a bonus play if we're buying again to see if they can get on the action. So it might be even more raucous if we're here tonight.
I'm just curious if anybody looking at Celicus comes specifically looking for someone in our group.
More than reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, as we travel, I'd like to keep an eye out for not pickpockets per se or carry-ons, but more like people who are getting a little too close, just to get a sense of like, is there enough active Thieves Guild activity that they think these outsiders are marks, or maybe even would catch a thief's sign.
Sorry, say that again. I didn't.
Yeah, so as we travel towards the where's my notes? Right about here, towards the Hall of Scars, I'd like to keep an eye out for other thieves, just to see like, are they getting close? Are they interested? There's some activity.
Absolutely. Yeah, give me a perception check.
You got it. Oh, perception. That is going to be a 21.
Yeah. I would say this morning, as you make your way through, and even just as you got out of the bar, there was some people who kind of moved as soon as you came out and have followed. Given the way that they dress and just other things about like hygiene, some are more kept than others. So there might be a few groups that may have sent someone to just hear about the people who arrived late yesterday and don't all have scales and had been such an influence in the happy yet drinking hour.
In Thieves' Can, I'm going to sign just visibly, like, for anyone looking around, they don't have anything. I already have it. We have business.
You said you sign.
So Thieves' Can is nonverbal. It is effectively just like providing some hand signals to the people who can see it.
But it's not sign language.
It is not sign
Damn
language.
it!
I mean, again, DM can always tell me I'm wrong. Like,
Yeah, it was not
additionally,
considered sign language. It's a specific.
Ironically, putting up the middle finger still works in both languages.
No, it turns out
Right?
Yeah, I should say technically they're both sign language. It's just that it's not common sign language.
Right.
It's
So you just imagine I'm having a weird moment, cracking my wrist for no reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thieves can't just took all the curse words from sign language and made their own language.
So really, it's 90% curse words. Let's be honest. This fucking guy, that fucking guy, whatever.
I did have something to do real quick right before we went in to the hall.
Mhm.
Just kind of find a place to sit, maybe like a bench or just a place to sit down, finish my meal. But Alark's going to take out his book, his spell book, and ritually cast Comprehend Languages before we go inside.
Okay. Very nice.
That's a cool trick.
I thought I was going to need this back in the ruins, but it didn't come up as often as I thought it would.
It's funny because having studied multiple languages of the opponents, I actually find it incredibly useful to have just that one card up your sleeve no one expects, and negotiations go better that way.
So she casts that, and oh, so you get some colder. You end up not colder, my bad. Demosthenes. You do get signals back that basically had understood you should talk before you do any business here. Or-
Business here would be to be implied with the guilds.
yeah, essentially any type of thievery or
Right.
those types of
I mean, obviously, I'm in someone else's territory. They're going to be picky about who I am and what I do, so I can't do anything pushing that limit without talking to them first. Fine.
yeah, ultimately.
Ba-
And you would
basically,
even
like,
know, like generally, like if you were here more than a few days, you'd want to be like, you'd need to introduce anyway, just to be
registered with the family. Yes.
here. Yes, but passing through, just don't get up to anything.
So, sometime before noon, we attempt to wander our way into the council.
All right, so we're headed to the council. Just want to make sure I was still.
Yes.
Are there
Supora.
like glass? Is there like glass at all on any of the windows or anything as we're walking, or is it just like stone?
It's mostly just stone, because it's built here. Like, given just the lack of light anyway, the need for windows to let light in just never seemed to really get into the general design.
Okay.
I do have an interesting question. Are the torches the blue flames like we saw in Draconia?
Yes. It does seem to be. Well, it's a mixture of those and what appear to be just crystals that give off a soft glow here and there. Like I said before, actually, I'm sorry. Here they're mostly these are mostly orange flames. These aren't the blue flames here.
Okay.
Let me correct that.
Is there an obvious fuel source, like some kind of oil or something in them, or?
There's a mixture of what looks like magic ones, though all those look very, very old. And new ones seem to be powered more by oil.
They've lost some of the technologies.
And you can see in some areas that look like are carved to resemble more like streets that go into the ravine, almost like they were stealing from different architectures. Is what looks like could only be like gas lamps.
So they have gas lighters. I also like to think that at some point as we're walking, Celicus' shield, which is a very mirror-like item, and I look at my face, and at some point, it looks like mascara with all this rain.
What'd you
I'm
expect?
not
You
even-
fell asleep first. Say spula. And clean your face.
I don't
You're
know which one
entitled.
of you four did it.
You'll
Someone's
never
gonna pay
know.
for this.
He didn't clean it. He redrew it better.
I immediately grabbed the mirror.
It's clean. Dragon gas lighters.
Earning the name
Let's
every
go.
week.
It's in the little ones.
It truly is.
Amazing.
I can't believe you guys are gonna let me walk in there like this.
Oh, I wasn't. But we weren't there yet, so it was fine. I wanted you to look foolish in front of as many people as possible.
I wasn't
before
going
then.
to do that.
I didn't see it at all.
So, finding your way up through the floating platforms and brimstone gondolas, and we're back to the scars, and again seeing the scarred outside being let in, and anything before you would be brought up to the council, who's eagerly waiting for you.
nothing.
I'm going to let someone else do the talking. Just FYI.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just reference you when I need factoids.
Sounds good.
I mean, normally, isn't it? I mean, Celicus would be relatively loquacious, perhaps. Who's our backup? Not Calder. Please, not Calder.
It's Collar.
Okay. Well,
I take offense at that, Demosthenes.
you
thought
don't
you
need to take
said
offense. You need to
Celicus
take advice.
Said good things about us.
Right? No, it's the times you put your foot in your mouth are roughly 50% at this point. So I'll maybe kick your foot if I think you're wrong, and that's about it.
They are no Fae, to my knowledge, so it
Mhm.
should be fine.
Okay. Yeah. Let's give it a try. Yes. If I cough, it means bullshit. Just saying.
Wait, why would I be lying to them?
No, someone else is lying to you.
Oh, got it.
You're new at this game, aren't you? All right, fine. Let's go.
So which is it the same attendant as yesterday?
It is the same person on duty today.
Zamara.
Thank you. I was about to open up the scribe thing. to check.
Yeah, so she begins to show you there, and she goes, "Oh, you're earlier than I expected."
We learned that time is relative here, and as long as you're not here past when the sun goes down, you're technically not late. So, but are they even in yet?
Oh, they are. News of your party last night has hit everyone. So,
Hopefully, good things.
well, for those who think the outside will only bring debauchery,
I mean, it's a mixed bag. We brought other things too.
because I think you won a lot of points with the everyone who was there last night, though.
Hopefully, some of the council members.
Sure.
Man, wouldn't it be crazy if Jarvik was a council member?
He's just there and hungover, just like
Dude slept on a bench last night. What do you want?
That would be amusing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Is there?
She begins getting the stairs ready, and the movable floating platform of stairs is brought over, and she goes, "Follow me as I introduce you." And she clears her throat and goes, "Counselor of Scar and Tooth, may I present the Dragon Gaslighters as requested?"
give a polite nod as we are introduced.
I give a bow.
Hello there. Yes, I am Calder. Some might call me the leader. Others wouldn't. This here is Alaric, my brother Orion, though you'll hear me calling him Obi, our newest member, Demosthenes. Unfortunately, Celicus had some urgent business to attend to, so he couldn't join us this morn. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with this morning on the council?
Indeed, and there's a lot of glances when they hear that Celicus isn't here. So, some kind of breath. Too good to meet with a council of Raven Knights, I guess.
Throw him under the bus when they're not even here.
You were gonna ask about his absence. I figured I'd let you know ahead of time out of politeness. I didn't want to put his business out there. Some of the hot drinks messed with his stomach. Unfortunately, he is of what's the term? His constitution is not the greatest. He falls ill frequently, so we didn't want him spewing on your great floor.
Give me a
You should
deception
really-
check.
17 total.
As they look and see if some start to laugh. The weak constitution of the nobility. Okay. And they go, indeed. So that seems to go over well enough as a gavel is thrown down as Culture of Scars and Tooth will commence. And one in particular individual kind of clears their throat. And again, there's 6 here. Goes, guests. I am Druvis Kuthlak. And we are very happy to have you. The discovery of the ruins was one that we were not aware of. We, of course, knew they were there. We had thought we had scavenged everything. Thus, when we heard that a outside company had taken, we at first thought to rally forces, but who knows what they would find. And as our information came back that you in particular had found many items of interest and was selling them abroad, people raiding our culture, we began to have a discussion. I, for one, don't find that that our culture would be put out to the world particularly upsetting. After all, that old isolationist was something of the past and put onto us by those who would rule us and take our freedoms. She seems to be now talking mostly to the council. But it is quite upsetting that we are not getting any of the funds from it, and that we are cut out, so to speak. We heard rumors of an attack recently, hoping that you might have some more information about that as well.
You know, we do have information as to the attack, and that was something we were coming to this fine city for potential allies in reclaiming it from said attackers. The previous Delvers, the company that was sponsoring the adventurers to delve within the ruins, is the League of Miracles. I'm sure you've heard of them. Maybe not. Okay.
These are the ones that would not give us our rights.
I'm not super familiar with how returning ancient ruins would work. I know when people go delving into a cave and they find some things that were long lost, they tend not to track down original owners and they just keep it for themselves and do with it what they will. But the League of Miracles has currently been ousted by another force, Fey in nature. And Alaric, are we still under contract with the League technically, right?
You're in some type of contract.
But either way, we're under some kind of contract with them still. So we were tasked with helping reclaiming the ruins, and I'm sure if you assisted in that, negotiations would go much differently than you just requesting your fair share when it was individuals delving and returning with things, and you just stating that is my ancient history. This is owed to me because I'm an individual contractor, so to speak, with the League. So I'm just now meeting you for the first time. Gang, are you okay with perhaps giving them some of the stuff we still have as a show of good faith?
Giving?
I mean, whose house are you in?
Perhaps a finder's fee is not on board.
I think you mean more like even exchange, right? Like cultural gifts of some value. But again, I don't have a dog in that fight. I wasn't there for that, so I'm just simply trying to smooth out the relationship.
Although, now that you mention it, it's only selling things that the League has claim to, first rights to. Gifts, they don't have.
Sammy!
Penny.
And I knock on Sammy, and I'll just pull out like one artifact from within Sammy. I'll be like, if you all are, and I look to my Dragon Gaslighters, if you're not opposed, and I'll like present it to the council, just like a 25 gold piece thing.
You know, you put it down, they kind of look at it, kind of.
Actually, some other stuff that we have acquired, but we don't have it with us, is actually still safely in Draconia. We did actually retrieve some old music sheets that could be of great value. We, unfortunately, in looking at Sammy, we also didn't really want to trust that everything that we put in didn't get digested. And we'd hate to lose your entire or a big chunk of music culture inside of Sammy for digestion or for cleanup.
Perhaps I believe Celicus might have a copy of a couple of the sheets on his person. So once his tummy issues resolve, he might be convinced to share a song or two.
This another one. Times we get this comment. As one person comes up, another Ravenite stands. This one more in like almost like workers' clothes, though still nice, but like very big on like what seems to be like handmade, like made to the extent of like a non-refined things that you would kill, so to speak. hides as they introduce Vermosi Runic. I find all this irrelevant, Mr. Counsel. I do not like that others have our ways. Everything there should remain buried, and in no way should it come to us, except to benefit us. Not in trade or other ways, but to keep us protected. The old rulers gave in to ways of the outside, away from hunting and killing, into what they called civilized, and what many of you, including the younger ones, seem to think we should be doing. But the fall of Draconia was a call for us to become our hunters, continue hunting the ravines. If it had my way, we'd destroy all the Broomstone and go back to the rope system. Some nod, some kind of roll their eyes. And they say, now tell me, these wonders of Draconia, these things built by evil and subjugation, what possible good are they going to do, either to us or to the greater world? As I kind of wait for you all to answer.
Hello. I believe the things of the past that can be obtained from Draconia, mundane or magical, can be used, much like magic itself, for the good or evil of all, dependent upon the will of the user. So it's up to you to use what you find for the betterment of your people and the betterment of all.
You say it is up to us. But those things find that they get carried away. If we cannot control it, it should not be allowed here. Nor should it be allowed anywhere. Who knows if those who would take it would find that maybe we are required in our lines to make it all work again, in this league, or whoever has taken it from them would seek to subjugate us.
So you've discovered the innate problem is that the things in Draconia are being taken, whether you wish it or not. So it's not a question of whether it should be taken, it's a question of, are you going to have a say in what is done with the things that are taken?
Kind of narrow. And the council begins to talk. Then the only Ravenite here that is not of a chromatic color, but rather what almost looks like essentially blue with almost like yellow glittering on the scales. Stands up. I am Sarathasazia. Of the council. And your words are interesting. When we summoned you, you understood the threats that we would have. Bottom line is we asked you here because you are the most successful. And at the time, we were hoping to maybe have you more loyal to Zarath Kitchell than the League. Give us what we can, maybe represent us, but things have changed. It is now, it seems, if you wish to retake this, you would want our help. So you say, and the League, this is to put the League back into control. Is that what I'm to understand?
Anybody that were to help in the retaking of it would have a stake in it at that point. So in this way, you can help put yourselves in a position to help determine where the things go. Where before, the League was the one that had found it and was paying the adventurers to retrieve things. If you have a stake in it, then you can mitigate what gets out, so to speak, that you don't want going to the outside world. But that would be conversations to be had with the League once things were done. As I said, we are just individual contractors that are working with the League or for the League currently.
Individual contractors that our understanding is you've rebuilt part of the city. Yes.
Where did you hear that?
Just smiles.
Yeah, can I make an insight check? What I'm trying to determine, and I'm terrible at insight, so I probably shouldn't have been making this, but what I'm trying to determine is if they were fishing right there. If they just had a hunch that we'd done it and they're trying to get us to confirm.
Okay. Go ahead.
What was this third member's name?
That was Zarathus.
Oh, terrible. 4. I'm terrible at insight. I'm just like, yeah, someone answer the question. It's valid.
Yes. Zarathus.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's all one name.
Yeah.
Seems like.
Yes, it was. It was one name.
I would love to help with the inside checks, but I have no fucking context.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah. So, how do you want to answer? She does smile and she says, "You know, if flying high in the sky, burning bright in the middle of a battle isn't the most best way to hide your presence and your activities. Nor is a theme song.
It's catchy, right?
You've got your spies.
But to be fair, I mean, do you really want Grimshale in there destroying everything?
I want to be clear. I'm just talking how you said, oh, we're just poor workers. We have no stake, and yet you have entire buildings of a city. that are under your control.
I'm gonna pull my amulet forward. Does this mean anything to you?
Oh shit!
All right. That was a great campaign. We're all
Lob
gonna
it.
die now.
Lob it. Don't even cook it first. Just lob it right in there.
And which amulet is this?
My
It's your-
my Nagatsuki chrysanthemum shard
Okay.
amulet.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're not Power Rangered out currently.
Yeah.
So it's just, and I'm trying to gauge their reaction to this visit, the visage of this amulet.
And I'm curious, so inside the response.
No
Indeed.
context, but insight.
I have no fucking
Yeah.
idea what this means at all.
I will accept the insight rolls.
Meow, meow. Fuck my dice. 13.
13. You see a little bit of widening of eyes. They give you a hint of recognition. And she laughs as she pushes puts it back. Oh, it looks like they found some jewelry made by children and thought it was important.
Oh, shucks.
And the council begins to laugh.
I guess it's not important, so I'll tuck it back away.
Then why did their eyes get so big?
Just you say that out loud.
Oh, absolutely. Like an idiot. Like as dumb as I possibly can. Looking like a complete moron.
With this, Vamosi crosses and goes to grab it. And look. Goes, what? Consider you are going to hide this, Anthesia? Hey. Oh, is it something? Goes, and his energy kind of crackles from their gullet for a moment. And Anthesia kind of backs down.
Someone's in trouble.
Where did you find this? It says from Mosi Runic.
It was bestowed upon me by a being that wants to protect Draconia in rebuilding a more inclusive version.
Juvis stands up. I move for a short recess. We are tired after we have our lunch, maybe. And you're second, third. And the council quickly adjourns as Thusha comes and says, "Come quickly." And the clerk here motions you down as it seems, as you see all of them quickly move to their various stairwells and devices that take them back to their offices. It empties out in like a split second, it seems.
Oh, too much?
Well, I'm not sure what the thing does or means or anything, but it's definitely an off button. Like the reads were very instantaneous. Oof.
Oh, but what'd you get? You actually have context where Demosthenes was just like, they had a reaction.
To be fair, I'm still kind of hungover.
It's
You
almost
literally have magic to fix that. Why didn't you fix that?
I just thought we were coming to talk to them. I didn't know we were going to start just showing them everything that we pulled out, like the amulet and stuff. I thought the artifacts was like, good idea. I mean, I'll get on top of my game on the next round. I wasn't thinking this is where we were going.
But you realize we came here to have this conversation, right?
We came here to have this conversation. I didn't know he was going to pull out the
Oh,
medallion.
yeah, okay.
We're trying
mean-
to recruit them as an army for us. How else are we supposed to get them on our side if we don't play out some of our cards?
Unless that particular card inspires half the council to want to just destroy the whole city, not state.
Yeah. Because if we're defending it and they're like, we want that place burned down, which is what I was kind of getting the feel from a few of them, it's kind of like we're
It's
the
half the
we're the
city.
bad guys.
Is half of them want to share their past with the world, and the other half is like, no, let's be in a bubble.
Well, hold on. I kind of get closer to Calder. I was like, you know, it's not just that, right? The city that we found wants to reunite the Dragonblood with the Ravenites, like the oppressed with the oppressors. And despite the council's varying opinions about whether they should be involved in the politics of the wider world, they're all in agreement that they shouldn't be with the Dragonbloods.
I thought that was the whole point, was that it was going to be like inclusive. They're working together.
For the city, not this council.
No, yeah, the city wants there to be peace between them.
Oh,
Is that
See,
not?
I saw that as more like the old god and the new god want to be on good terms, rather than the old god and the new god and the rest of Dragonkind are on good terms. That seems like a multi-generational problem.
I mean, I'm just kind of reading it like the old guard wants to kill the new guard because they want to stay in their bubble.
oh, but not kill, maybe. That's a bit extreme, but definitely
I
They-
thought
they should-
the being, the thing that gave us these, wanted to like unite them, not form them into like one dragonborn race or anything, but just like, hey, this is like how things went down was wrong. We should be united,
right. But
not enemies, not this class system that was previous.
right, I'm not sure that this city is ready for that particular ideology yet. They were arguing about whether they should be trading with other towns.
I guess we'll have to wait to see what their response is.
Just out of curiosity, what was the emotional weight of the device you showed? What
I
was the
don't know how they
gravitas?
took it. I missed it.
Okay.
I blinked apparently. You said their eyes got big. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, they definitely responded. All of them. Yes,
I mean,
but
I
can't-
best guess is that. I mean, did you see the way that that one counselor tried to brush it off, and then
Mhm,
obviously Runic drew all the attention to it.
mhm.
That sort of made it seem like that Sarah, oh goodness, I'm going to Sarah Thessasia, that she knew very well what that amulet represents, and that she was that a female? Was Sarah Sathia, what her name? Was she female?
Yes.
That she knew very well what that amulet represents, because that faction, the 12 Blossoms, was also like a minor faction within Draconia that was very divisive before the city's fall, and I'm not sure they were ready for that to become public knowledge.
Wait, mine is like a smaller one?
Sorry, what?
You said my
No, no,
faction was a
All
smaller
of
one?
ours. All of ours. Like,
Oh.
could each have a piece of the 12 parts, but even as a whole, the 12 parts were a small faction within a larger Draconian society.
Got it.
Um,
I mean, Runic seems like he's just trying to cause a lot of uproar too. With
Can I
this,
clarify something else? Was Vermosi runic male or female?
Ramosi was male.
Okay.
I mean, you should know you wiped his name off of your artifact, right?
Well, I wiped their name. I didn't know.
Right. There we go. But yeah, my read actually is he's conservative is probably a little bit of an understatement. He definitely wants things not to change and not to progress and to stay exactly where they were, probably in a past that never existed, and he is not going to budge.
And would like to regress even. They want to remove Broomstone from the city.
Oh, let's use ropes instead. That'll be great. Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, would it be terrible if he had an accident?
Yes.
Let's not say that out loud, please.
Just saying, sometimes it's very icy in the morning, or people slip sometimes.
All right.
Oh,
that's
well, we're in the
not
city,
your
Obi.
My gosh.
department. Well,
It's bad
All right.
optics if outsiders arrive.
bad optics. if
Probably wrong
anyone-
for someone.
How long is this recess anyway? Half an hour? Something?
Time for lunch.
Hmm. So we'll come back after lunch then. All right.
Yeah, and also this probably took like a good hour. There's like a longer conversation. A lot of what we said is more the highlights.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we at least have a few factions to play with. I think it's very clear that Sarah Thessasia is not necessarily more progressive or open-minded. Ramos Uranic is definitely in the insulin resistant category. Druvus, the first one, provided some good insight, but not much opinion, other than maybe opining that the League of Miracles are not their friends.
I got the sense that Druvus was part of the Dawnscale faction, more progressive.
How many members were there in the room when we were there, Matt?
6.
6?
6.
Okay, so we've only heard from 3.
Correct.
Yes. But you get those are probably the major factions.
Got it.
And there's this steward or seneschal, whatever she's called, that appears to not be directly involved in any deliberation at all. She's just off the side.
Yeah.
All right.
So realistically, just picking bones here. We've got some additional artifacts somewhere in Semi. What are we willing to part with, or what is the trade? Is there something there that's such, other than the necklace, something of such historical or cultural value, they would just swoon?
Oh.
I think the music sheets is the most culturally important thing.
Which,
It's
I
just
mean, I'm
stuff
not
we
a
picked
bard,
up.
but to me those are basically free. They're just little pieces of paper with blots on them, right? It's not really important to anyone except someone who can play.
I mean, if you know that, a song came from your ancestors
Ah,
type deal, like an old
Yeah.
story passed
Well,
down.
but it could also be your ancestor's oppressor. You don't know, right? So it's sort of a mixed bag, I guess, is what I'm saying. But as far as trade or perhaps value goes, I wouldn't guarantee that to be a strong bet.
Another thing that we have that they do not is information about the current state of the ruins. We've traveled them. We've been through them. We know the dangers of several places.
Right.
That we have no knowledge of.
So they may have their spies, but maybe not recency or currency. That's valuable.
We also have, technically, we have sanctuaries and places for their people if they wanted to go in there, and we could keep them safe.
Would you want to give up or loan out those sanctuaries? Is that a bargaining chip? Safe
I mean,
houses are tremendous useful in war. Tremendous useful.
I mean, the one I developed is meant, though, for anyone who's traveling and there for safety. Anyone willing to go in, and if they get lost or hurt or injured, it's a place for them to fall back to.
Those locations and maps, those locations may be a bigger prize. Well, again, thinking more like long-term strategy and not short-term tactics, but that's pretty fucking useful.
Mine was developed more as a repository for any found arcana or lore, history, important documents. It was designed as a place to collect and protect documentation that was discovered.
So we have a few more bargaining chips then. That's useful. I feel like if the scales tip the, no pun intended, if the scales tip the wrong way and we find ourselves at a loss, we have a few more bargaining chips we could put out there.
I think they're going to be very curious and very focused on the petals and
I only know about mine so far.
There are more?
Yes.
I'm hesitant to.
You don't have to tell me, it's fine.
Well, no, just in this particular place.
Fine, again. I'm useful with limited information as well. This is an occupational hazard, perhaps. Reconnaissance is its own problem.
Can I just kind of take a cursory glance to see how close an ear or eye is being kept on us?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
You look about, you distinctly see three individuals who seem to be paying close attention. And Alaric, you can see that each one seems to be, well, has just a bit of arcane magic going around their ears, enhancing. They've been paying very close attention.
At what distance?
I think here probably around 40 feet.
Okay.
Maybe 40. Various things, like they're moving, but and if you have all gone out, like that kind of you are being followed, watched, listened to. You see that very clearly. And with that, we will take our break. Alrighty. So, with that, all right, you have become aware that there's some people lightly following you, making sure that they know what's going on. And you are out among the common folk as people out. Some are eating lunches. It seems like they've packed or self-made, wrapped in a lot of like meat wrapped in leaves that seems to somehow preserve it, as well as the street carts doing their thing. What would you like to do?
If we could just sit for a few minutes. I'd just like to... I have an idea to fix the problem following us. Don't worry. I'll use nothing but my words.
I'll re-up comprehend languages while we're sitting.
And while you're doing that, I am going to ritually cast silence.
On what?
On the individual who has the magic up around his ear.
There were
There were three of them, but he
Three
was
of
the
them.
one. Are they all using their ear, or is it just?
Seems
one
like
of
they
them?
are. They are using listening magic.
All right. But I'll target one of them. Are they together though, or are they spread out?
They actually seem to be very spread out.
Oh, they are.
Overwatch 3. Good spies don't clump.
Tell that to the people that actually play Overwatch.
Oh, sorry. that's less gaming, more tradecraft. So now that we know maybe that we're a bit under the gun, perhaps it becomes a trade game between what's known and what's unknown, right? Some cards are shown, some cards are hidden. We can't control who can see our cards, but we can control which cards we show.
How do you guys feel about writing right now?
That's when you make words on paper, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yes, right.
I pull my little journal out, some ink and pen, and I will still ritual cast silence, but I'll put it on us.
I just start signing how useful it would be if they knew sign language.
You get a very confused series of response glyphs that make no sense at all from lost days. I look at my fingers too.
I'll just write down. So do we offer a trade in exchange for additional information and their help?
I'm gonna box up around what Obi is writing as if to like body block everything he's writing, so no one who's not directly looking down doesn't understand it. And then I'm also look up and say, "Is there something above us that can read this?"
Going to respond. Why do we need silence if we're writing?
So in case someone says something out loud.
Perception. Is there anything above us? Anything to look down from this vantage point? Obviously, you've got this huge like canyon or crevasse, and lots of things are above you. But is anyone obviously looking down on us?
Like looking down very obviously, no. Just you all do see these ones that are, following, but nothing like that.
Okay. Like no one's sitting there with a spyglass, like I can read that.
No, nothing like that.
Wife, I'm good.
How bad is
Actually,
Obi
give me
handwriting?
give me a perception check.
You got it. Rolling it now. Womp womp. And the dice have not failed me this time. 25.
Okay, you're able to pick up on what seems to be a cat that seems to be looking at all of you. And as your eyes go down, you see that it seems to have wings.
Does it have? Okay, so there's that. Does it have like an unnatural focus? Like it's incredibly focused on us. Like cats normally wander and drift a little bit. They normally like just are very easily disturbed or look around. Does it seem to be like hyper focused?
It's laying down, kind of looking at you, licking its paws.
Okay, so I'm gonna in front of the lot of them just be like, and just point to the not cat.
Oh, a trestle.
In silence, this makes no sense at all, by the way.
Like I say that out loud, and no one didn't hear a thing.
Unless you can read lips, which is possible.
You know what? Now that we say this, we should really be acting like we're still talking in silence, and then it would probably be screwing with them because then they'd be wondering if something was wrong with their magic.
Just like the banana in the tailpipe joke. What? Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. That's all right. I can just drop the concentration on it. We can go back to talking.
No, I think the big reveal is a bit out of the bag right now. Not all of it, but
So the silence is down, right?
Yeah.
Depends on the specific words and the timing, actually, and how long it takes their spy network to get back to them on the important parts. It can be a delay. Anyways, yeah. I'm not saying we play open-handed. I'm saying we play knowing that our hand is shown.
I've shown like one card.
Well, then let's go back to negotiation. Our objectives, and I'm saying this a little bit loud, are quite clear, really. I think maybe we want this to be easy. We want this to be a settled sort of problem. We want to find some middle ground between cultures that are not naturally agreeing with each other. And then on top of that, it'd be nice to make a little coin along the way for us, just a little bit, not too much. But we actually don't have rightful claim to these artifacts. And we won't. And they're going to be discussing, debating, or at least fighting over some of these things for a long time. So from my point of view, and again, I'm new here, sorry, intern, my mistake. We can find a middle ground that works for everybody. Maybe not the league, but we'll see. Probably not the league.
the other thing that we're going to run into is that by requesting their aid in retaking Draconia from whatever force kicked the League of Miracles out,
Right.
we are going to be introducing them into negotiations with the entities that gave the League permission to be there in the first place. Right? 'Cause the League-
Hang on, I'm stuck. Permission, right? So you've got
The league had permission. I thought
right.
it was ruined.
So you've got the league with permission from somebody you've got the proper Ravenites, and then any other factions I should be aware of, because I don't normally think about politics, but in this case, I feel like I need to.
As far as I know, it was just the League dotting their I's and crossing their T's by getting permission from
whom, though?
From anyone that wanted to also lay claim to Draconia.
Right, so you've got some very independent dragons involved.
From the Clovis Concord, from any outside entity that also wanted to send in people to try and reclaim things from Draconia. The League said, we want the rights. And so they are.
But it's effectively a prospecting war, right? You've got a lot of factions that want to fight for the same thing that no one seems to own or seems to claim, which is not true, probably. Someone lives there, most likely. The dragons in particular, probably, opinions.
They're called ruins for a reason.
Right, the League was just staking their claim, and they did the paperwork to make sure that other interested
Legally, they had the right to be there.
Paperwork with whom? Whom claimed the land?
The other
which you could
countries.
No, not claim the land, but if it was a grabble between
Right, you're saying they asserted some kind of
Empire
rights.
League,
Hmm.
then the League got there first.
Ah.
And
Much as I hate finders keepers.
once they got there and made agreements with the other interested parties, then they began outsourcing the delving to adventurers like us.
Right. Right. So, from the perspective of the locals here, they're one of many entrants into that land grab. We know that the League's been repelled. By
Between
whom?
themselves, whether they should be a part of that land grab.
I would, personally. I would be as assertive as possible.
And that is what we're trying to convince them of, is that they do want to be a part of it, because we need their help to reclaim it from the people that took it from the League.
But who are the people that took it from the League?
We don't know specifically.
Stick around to find out on the account of them trying to kill us.
So maybe that's, and I'm talking probably a little too loud on purpose. Finding out who those people are, understanding whether it's the League or it's the locals, right? Understanding, quite grokking what that third force is and why seems more important to me than artifacts per se, or any particular win. From my very narrow point of view, I think knowing who is trying to pull the rug out would be more important, personally.
And maybe I just wanted to kind of throw in an extra thing just because it might be something to consider, not long term, but there is the deal we made to help clear out the forest to the east.
Mhm.
And
Good
that
for
may-
everyone, yes.
there is the mountain range and a giant between the city and the forest, but that is going to possibly.
But I do hear magic taint doesn't usually keep itself bound to a specific area.
Right. I don't know if that's a concern of theirs, but
Or if they're even aware of it.
might be more common ground between us and them. Now, the interesting part is they admitted that their initial goal in sending us the summons was to try and use us as representatives for their interests in Draconia, since we already had a pass with the League. But before, it seems that might have changed now, given recent events. I'm not sure what they want from us now.
It's worth the conversation, obviously.
I think that's the card that they still have close to their chest.
I think unless we actually find out what that is, I don't think we're going to be able to really help anybody. Because if we're playing a guessing game of what they really want, I mean, because it's really hard to tell. If half the group seems like they either want the place to burn down and the other half wants it to come back together and use the technology and make things better. So if they're, if we don't know what we're trying to do with them, it's also makes it hard for us to really say, are you going to help us or are you going to hinder us?
Well, Obi, honestly, I feel like there is always a middle ground. There's always a path of middle intent, and it's not going to be obvious initially. It'll take some time to figure out, but like, there's going to be an objective that works for both sides. They might hate each other, but they might want the same thing at some small, narrow place, and that opens the door for a wider conversation. So I see where you're coming from. I'm not entirely convinced. I'm simply saying, weirdly, there's always some fucking strange side problem that everyone agrees to. And if you solve that one for them, they gain confidence and trust. And then sometimes they let you play a bigger game.
And something you said, Obi, that perhaps the lost technologies, as it were, of Draconia, we convince them that is necessary to defend against the encroaching corruption from the forest.
Yeah.
I mean, it can possibly help, but I also find it a weird take where they're blaming the tool. Like, it's like blaming a knife for cutting you when you mishandle it.
Tools don't have intent. They don't.
Exactly.
And
like, you can have a bad taste in your mouth from it because, like, the past, but the brimstone didn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Whoever used it in a bad way, I get having anger toward them, and I can see a bit of disgust because of it, but it doesn't mean you can't turn it around and make it a good thing.
Yeah, like, you don't stop going to your favorite bar because your ex broke up with you there. You just make new memories there to blot that out.
but having grown up amongst powerful magic wielding individuals, access to power, whether it be technology, magic, whatever it is, it I don't think it changes someone, but it does give them the opportunity to express their true selves. And
I feel like I think we need to really go back, talk to the council, and I think we have to do like what Demosthenes said and find what is that one part that both sides agree on and how we can get that to be the focus.
Well, I totally agree, but I think on top of that, Alaric has a fantastic point around this idea of like finding that one nugget of truth or evil, whatever it is that drives them.
Yeah.
Understanding fundamentally why they believe what they believe. And I think we've got at least 4 or 5 factions easily. No problem.
Yeah.
Easily. Which
So-
all want similar things, not the same thing.
So I
I
mean,
also
let's.
recommend trying to let them do a lot of the talking.
Yeah.
It's a-
I would agree. As a professional in this particular profession, I think letting them spill the guts is exactly the right answer.
I think
Right,
we
guys?
go in there and just let the 6 of them really just talk it out amongst themselves while we're there. And we really hear what they all feel.
and
Yeah, what we need is actually not honest conversation, but clear conversation about where everyone's position is, and then we can find a thing in the middle that makes it all work, or at least is compatible enough that we can make progress forward.
we need the right question to ask them to get them talking amongst themselves.
If you were a dodecahedron, what number would you land on? Sorry,
Yes, that's
sorry.
it.
It's an
That's the
old
icebreaker
project.
that we've been waiting for. Yes.
Right. We'll find something for sure.
Wouldn't it be random unless you were weighted?
Are we not all weighted? Wait, this is a last night OB conversation. It's philosophical. It's got its own taint to it. I should not be involved.
All right.
Is lunch
Are we-
break over yet with the council or no?
I mean, I usually let that all up to y'all.
I'd say we should head back then
The
to
meanderings, yes.
yeah. And I would like to listen to the 6 council members discuss amongst themselves why we listen in.
I nod to the various spies around us, just be like, yeah, got it. Like calling them out in a professional but unprofessional way. Like, I see you guys. I see you.
Yeah. As you go back, you can see that there is a what kind of looks like a class of young Ravenites being led through the streets. You see a very large number of them. The majority really are these various colors.
Shiny colors or dull colors?
It varies, but the majority
the
don't
traditional
match any of
colors.
their chromatic or the metallic.
Okay. And then class size is what, 200, 300?
Oh, it looks like about 15.
15 in total. Okay.
Yeah, it's a small class, and sorry.
200 to 300. I'm imagining just this
Yeah.
swarm.
It was class.
I'm-
We went to school.
I'm-
Grade.
Yeah. I'm seeing it
It's
more
the
like
entire class of that year.
the class of 19. Yeah.
But I guess I imagine this place to be much bigger than it is, right? So like I'm thinking about this place as being 10 to 20,000 people maybe in total.
It's about 10,000 people.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that there's not one class on a field trip.
It's the rumbling, but it's just small dragonborn children.
This Demosthenes, that is weird though.
As in the number is very small.
Yeah.
10 or 15 out of 10,000 people is actually, by the numbers, pretty fucking small.
That,
That's what I'm saying.
Isn't that like a large class for a town of 10,000?
Mm-mm.
Because there's potentially other classes,
Mm-mm.
like there's
Mm-mm.
other teachers with other
Well,
groups
so
of students.
without dividing into class layers, imagine again. I'm sorry, Pat. I'm sorry, Pat. If you were like a frontier town where grades K through 4 were one class, and 5 through 10 is one class, and then maybe 12 is another class, right? That's still tiny.
Lulu did mention that they don't live as long.
Kobolds live like 35 years. They have to at least outlive that.
These aren't
I see.
kobolds.
No, I'm saying like on the stretch. We're back to the dragon problem. The stretch of ages. Are they in school from year 0 to 9? I don't know.
Yeah. They look between like maybe like 5 and 9 years old.
That might be our card right there.
For the children?
If they're not able to reproduce or they're having loss of their people, and there's something in Draconia that could fix that, because how long is it before they all die off?
Well, just to be, and this I try to whisper amongst the 4 of us. Whether I'm successful, I don't know. But I'm like, there's a very good chance that the cause of that is in Draconia, which possibly the cure is as well. But
I mean, yeah, isn't that how that you start with it? Like you find the thing that's causing it, and then you work backwards to fix it. So there would still be benefit, especially if it saves all their non-traditional colored friends and loved ones.
I'm just saying that might be a very delicate subject for them.
I'm not saying walk in there and be like, hey, I think you guys are going extinct. But if that's a crucial point that comes up, we should tread it lightly, but also realize that that might also be our leverage of how we help them.
It's not leverage. Anyhow, it's possible that I should wander back in and have the conversation again because they learn a lot from us. We learn a lot from them at this point. It's been magical thus far.
Yes. Back to the council.
So, Calder, you're still the speaker.
No, you just said to let them talk amongst themselves while
No, I
we're in
said
earshot.
when responsive. Yes, that. Do that. Yes, do that.
You know, if it seems like the kids kind of are like almost like run into you, the teacher kind of goes, "So sorry," and they're kind of almost like they were. Get the feeling they were almost directed to intersect you.
As like a display, like North Korean political show up or what? Like, are they supposed to
say
be
my
here for a
favorite
reason?
proper- That's all I had.
I would say, Alaric, give me a perception check.
Ten. This is terrible.
If only Zalika was here.
I would say, as they come by you, they are like pushing. You can see like their scarrows are like they've some like it's almost markings or a model upon them, and as they come across, they I'd say you just seem it's like they clearly have the least amount of covering than anyone you've seen so far on their scales, and are like stretching as they walk by and then go.
As if showing off like their health or their vitality, or what would be the implied objective here? If I was thinking
Give me an
theater,
insight, Demosthenes.
you got it all day, every day. That's a 25.
God damn. Nice.
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
smart, but
I'd
wise.
say the way that they're looking at it, because you're really reading their expressions, it's like a very big trying to show off something. Like maybe it's their pattern, maybe it's something else, but it's like they were particularly trying to get something noticed.
So with the 25, the society seems pretty free flow so far. Am I wrong? Is there like a control to it? Is there some kind of coordination happening here? Like seeing kids go by in almost a not marching pattern, but like a system. Moss is initially like paranoid because he grew up in and out of this plane and also the Nine Hells, and he has a sense of like what a marching order looks like, and he's like mentally thinking like, is this or this that? Like what's going on here?
Yeah, I think with that insight, it's not so much of like a marching. And as you look at the teacher too, there was a direct, definitely a direct intent to have these kids shown to all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Do they all
So
have tails?
they're on parade. They're the right people. The right people on parade. Is there some kind of like intent behind it? Like
Probably.
Do the children have tails?
They do not.
timing.
To our
Interesting.
knowledge, Celicus is the only Draken blood in the city at this time.
Yeah.
There's
But
something
with that, they kind of pass, I think, here. So you're basically left here in this scene, because I like checks to matter, especially that perception 10, that something was trying to be shown to you, maybe communicated to you. But you can't help but think you've missed it.
Yeah,
Man, they were cute. Like those, like I know it's not natural for them, but those different colors I thought suited them.
There's also a strict uniformity there. There's a bit of a process to make them look that together, which
They were really well behaved for a bunch of 5 to 9 year olds.
well, yeah, beyond what you normally call like a gaggle would be a polite way to say it, at least in human terms. It was much more like
Why do you say it like that? I'm human.
rigid and well, no, I'm not from your. Sorry, human terms. I'll get used to saying. I promise you, it's gonna take some time, but I will get used to saying not in human terms. But the point is the same, though. They wouldn't normally act like that somewhere else.
I mean, I've never seen that many Dragonborn children in a grouping together anywhere. I don't really come across too many kids. So I'm
Right.
not
So
sure how
there's
they
an
would
academy
normally behave.
somewhere. Yeah, it's an education process, but it's
Not a whole lot
Very-
of those on the sea.
Just as they're walking away, I want to take one last look. The colorations of their scales, are they all different? Like it was
What's
not
missing?
small because of
What's
the
missing?
number, but because small because they were chosen.
So you're trying to see if they're all different colors.
Yes.
I think I would say that's there are various things that's not overly significant.
You said they were modeled. Were Lulu and Dallas modeled? Or were they...
Thinking back, they did have some of that.
And these kids had significantly more?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I would say these kids, like everyone around here, like generally has like longer sleeves in the mist. This is like kind of ice and stuff. The humidity's not too great, but it's these kids like seem to be showing more scale.
So
As
while
those-
most people are in like long sleeve shirts and pants, these kids are in light shorts and a t-shirt.
Yes,
Okay.
with the teacher in long sleeves. So like again, something was put on display here.
Yeah.
Yeah, missed it. Okay.
All right, to the council room, I guess.
Mm,
See what they have to say after their discussion, because I don't believe they went to lunch. They
They-
can have that brought in easily.
Oh, I do have a question. One more thing. Were they talking amongst themselves?
Yeah.
And would comprehend languages have picked up anything?
So as you're going about to thinking about that, you see the class kind of stop, and like Demosthenes, this teacher is sweating.
like
As,
unnatural sweating.
yeah,
Okay.
like nervous, and she clears her throat as she goes, in common.
Oh,
All right, children. What are your favorite flowers? And you hear plum. And they begin shouting. And you do see they seem to match some of what you have.
There ain't no way a 5 and 9-year-old said chrysanthemum correctly.
Yeah. Chrysanthemum! And
yeah.
she stops, and as she goes, you see two of the ones trailing you break off quickly and begin trailing her and the children.
I'm gonna step forward, reach out, and grab the back of her hand and say, "I'm sorry you dropped this. I think this is a mistake." And put a copper in her hand and say, I'm sorry. I saw you drop this, and I have to give it back to you because we fundamentally don't believe in mistakes or inequities where we come from."
Was that thieves' cant?
No, in common. She spoke common, so I'm replying in common.
No, I know, but adding a bunch of jargon is part of thieves' cant. It takes 4 times as long to convey a message. So I was like,
Yes, it was that. It was that, right?
Okay, so you put the copper in her hand. What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
I'm a little.
So she was a little perturbed or disturbed, and I'm gonna put the copper in her hand. I'm actually so awful. I'm watching to see what happens because they already have her attention, or they have attention on her. And we're the unknowns. Putting a copper in her hand probably will provoke some kind of response. So I'm kind of playing her for bait at this point to see what happens.
Okay.
Because we are relatively untouchable, but also we're protected in some way, but also suspicious, obviously. And she was not before, but she outed herself as being a little bit more interesting to them. So I just want to see what happens with that.
Yeah, she takes it. She goes, "Thank you." And she tries to speak under her breath the best she can. She's some things they don't want others to know.
Soft nod. I'm sorry, my mistake. I thought you were someone else. I apologize. It was entirely my misunderstanding. I'll just be on my way.
And she goes, "Of course." And she picks up, and now, the best she can, she kind of moves one of the kids so that she puts their back, and you can clearly see on their shoulder that there's a discoloration of scales that match the amulet that Calder showed.
I'm going to cough and point to Calder and turn away.
As you go, you can see eventually one of the two seems to actually, yeah, both of them just kind of continue following this person. As they watch you all go back into the council hall, they seem to follow into, like, they seem to keep upon the school.
Okay. Can I draw one away, or are they just like following the whole school?
How would you like to try to draw one away?
Abnormal behavior, obviously, like making like weird fucking gestures, or like outlandish,
trying to be
outlandish,
yeah, give me
like
deception.
unusually like evocative, like imagine like the School of Silly Walks, basically, like some weird fucking autistic shit.
So you start miming.
Yeah, but like more of an impulse, right? Deception. 13. I'm just trying to be a little bit weird walking away from this crowd.
Man, I think as that, they kind of look, and as much as they kind of want to follow, they sigh for a moment and begin kind of their focus kind of goes back on you and the group.
Yep, sounds good.
It might be Edgar walking.
It's not salad fingers, but it's close. Good enough.
All right. In case you're led back into the Council of Scar and Tooth, and there's a moment where no one has come back to the platform yet, and then your attaché essentially will come, and your handler, more like it, will come and say, "You should probably make your way there. They will join you soon."
Take your time, I guess.
Says, "Follow me," and wants to kind of lead you up to the platform. Well, if there's anything you want to talk to her about, you don't have to.
Just by way of wait, typically, how long? How long does it typically take to get an audience? We feel like maybe I feel like we've gotten a very, very short list, maybe. And we're, I don't know, prioritized?
Well, you all were invited.
So for the average, like, let me just opine on like a dwarven shipment, perhaps. It would be days or weeks.
There are public meetings where people can voice, but a private and like this, it would be more of you could write, but it would have to be approved and a big invitation. A whole day's work is actually, I would say, unheard of.
Unheard of. Oh, why? Yeah, fantastic.
Zamara,
We
do you
are-
have a favorite
we are-
flower?
What'd you say?
Samara, do you have a favorite flower?
She kind of pauses. I enjoy the cherry blossom.
It's a great one.
It's one of the best.
She finally, yeah, I would say Calder and Orion, if you'd like, you can, either one of you can give me a persuasion with advantage, or you can each roll it.
I'll give my brother advantage.
All right. 20 total.
She looks at you. She says, "Oh my goodness," and goes to like say, "What did I step on?" And she kind of comes down and she uses it to kind of get closer, let her snout go by your ear as she does. She'll just say, "They're going to test you. They want to make sure that you care or have the capability of doing so. You don't. You have come upon something." And she then goes down and starts kind of tries. Looks like she. And actually, from this angle, you can see her kind of sleight of hand a piece of paper, as though it was stuck on her foot. Like, oh my goodness, this parchment gets everywhere.
Yeah. Great choice of flower. I'll keep that in mind. If we're going to be seeing each other like this often, if you're going to be our attendant for the council, maybe brighten up your desk.
Smiles. That would be lovely. And then she begins leading you, and you get up there, you see the council. It seems like currently only the three who are talking seem to be descending to the main platform. The other three are not present. As Santhesia clears her throat. Things seem to have changed. And that's where we're at for tonight.
Smoth's eyebrows are like in the fucking ceiling at this point.
They've fused with your horns.
Yes, obviously. Same thing.